let's talk a little bit about Chanel price increases. Hi everybody, coming at you today with a really quick and casual video, just wanting to talk a little bit about Chanel price increases and what we've seen happen in the last month, or rather in the month of November, and actually also the last couple of months, September to October, since we have been hearing a lot of rumors about Chanel having upcoming price increases over and over again for the fall. And we expected them to happen in September, they didn't. In October, they didn't. And then November, we got confirmation, and I also talked to you about the fact that I had gotten confirmation that Chanel is going to have a price increase in November. And the November price increase would have gone in line with Chanel's patterning, which is a price increase basically every year in November. And well, then it happened, but it also didn't. Chanel did have a price increase affecting Australia between 5 to 7% in November. And it also affected different parts of Asia, though only some parts of Asia. I believe Thailand and Malaysia were affected. I don't believe that Singapore was, for instance. The UK and Europe were not affected, and neither were the Americas. It seems to have just affected parts of Asia and Australia. Now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you today about patterns that Chanel have done and changes in patterns that Chanel has done. Normally, Chanel's price increases, for instance, affect the entire world roughly at the same time. There's usually a 24, sometimes 48-hour time difference between Australia getting affected and America getting affected because of the actual time difference. But normally, when one country gets affected, if it's a worldwide increase, the other ones do too. In the last couple of years, though, Chanel has been having strange price increases at different times, affecting different countries at different times. Case in point, in 2021, Chanel did have their expected price increase in November for the entire world, except the US. The US was not affected until January of 2022. And I'm wondering if that's going to be happening this year as well. We already had the November price increase essentially go into effect. And so I believe that the countries that have not been affected are going to be, they're going to have their prices go up, but it's not going to happen for another couple of months. And this is really interesting because usually Chanel has a price increase in February and November. That's been their pattern for over a decade, February and November. But as I said, last year, for instance, in 2021, they had the worldwide price increase in November, and then the US price increase in January, and then another price increase in July, and then the price harmonization that they just put into place in August. And that harmonization affected the rest of the world. There are a couple of reasons why Chanel might have chosen to do this, and I think that one could definitely be credited to the strength of the dollar right now and the weakness of other currencies. The Japanese yen, for instance, is a very weak currency right now. The Australian dollar has always been much less than the American dollar. The euro too is much weaker than the US dollar, or rather it is roughly the same as the US dollar, which is why Chanel had to have such a severe price increase or harmonization in Europe and in the UK in August, because people were going to the UK and Europe specifically by Chanel to save thousands and thousands of dollars. And Chanel was like, absolutely not, no. And that's one of the reasons why price harmonizations go into effect in general. It's because the companies don't want it to be more or less expensive for you to buy it in different places so that locals frequent the local boutiques. And so tourists don't go and buy up all the stock in the local boutiques for other people. It's an equalization thing, as well as you shouldn't be getting it for less than other people are getting it for. So that makes sense to me. And I just wanted to share this information with you about how Chanel's patterns have been changing and altering, especially since 2019, 2020, 2021, and now going into 2022, 2023. I'm expecting us to have an actual price increase, not the harmonization, an actual price increase in January of 23 now, if we're going to be following what Chanel has been doing in the past couple of years. Now, by how much? That I don't know. Australia did have an increase about 5 to 7%, as I said before, and that translates, for instance, for the walk in Australia, it was about 4,400 Australian, I believe. It went up to 4,750 or something like that. So it went up by about 350 Australian dollars. If we extrapolate from there, it is entirely possible that the upcoming price increases might not be as severe as they have been in the past couple of years. We can only hope, right? I do believe that Chanel is still on the path to making the medium classic flat be about a $10,000 bag. That seems to be their trajectory and one of their goals for the company and brand. So I don't think that it's unreasonable to think the next price increase might be a significant one. But on the other hand, if Australia, which is the country that arguably has the most significant price increases, or one of the most significant price increases, because they have to be so significant to get them equal with the rest of the world because of the weakness of the Australian dollar, then it might be that the following price increases that does affect the Americas, UK, and the European Union might actually be less significant than they have been in the last couple of years. Anyway, I just wanted to have a casual chat with you about this and just share some more information about how price increases work in Chanel. And as always, I'll try to keep you in the loop as soon as possible as I find out information. If you have any information about upcoming Chanel price increases or other price increases in luxury brands, please always feel free to let me know in a comment down below or sending me a message on Instagram. I really appreciate the people who've been reaching out to let me know about upcoming price increases because it means that I can share it with everybody else and then we all know about them, so at least we can be prepared. I hope you found this video interesting, and please let me know if you are interested in more of these like kind of casual sit down type of chatty videos about price increases as opposed to just updates about when they're happening as I know that they're going to be happening, because I'd be interested in making more of these, just letting you know about patterning for other brands and companies. So just let me know how you think. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content that helps the algorithm even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.